We're going to discuss the biology of habit formation and the biology of how we break habits. I think we can all appreciate the value of having habits. Habits organize our behavior into more or less reflexive action, so we don't have to think too much about performing the various behaviors that, for instance, allow us to brush our teeth or which side of bed we roll out of in the morning. And then, of course, habits can be more elaborate too. We can be in the habit of exercising at a particular time of day. We can be in the habit of eating certain foods. We can be in the habit of saying or not saying certain things. But of course, there are many habits that don't serve us well, or that perhaps even undermine our immediate and long-term health goals, and psychological goals, and even some habits that can really undermine our overall life goals.
Like it does feel bad because modern behavioral addictions build these feedback response loops. And then you get the dopamine system going when the anticipation. Because what's on there is things that have been engineered that you're going to get this sort of highly engaging stimuli. And then you see the deliverance of that stimuli, right? This really nice piece of glass on a piece of metal. I'm going to press this sort of carefully, this icon whose colors have been chosen because we know it's going to hit various parts of our neural alert systems to be as engaging as possible. And I'm going to see something in there that's going to generate some sort of emotional response. So of course, when you see that thing sitting there, you want to use it. And when you can't, it's a stymied dopamine response. You're like, this is not good. I'm uncomfortable. And I think that's a big part of it as well.
So every morning it starts with a run. And that's because that's the one thing I hate to do more than anything in the world.
I'm here to tell you, though, that you're not going to live forever. And so you have to decide then, if you're not going to be here forever, what are your 20s going to look like? What are your 30s going to look like? What are your 40s going to look like? Now, I'm from Chicago originally, grew up in Detroit. 90% of my boys are not living the way I'm living. They ain't no different to me.
Those days when I'm tired or worn out or just basically sick of the grind, what do I do on those days? I go anyways. I get it done, even if I'm just going through the motions. I go through the motions. I don't really want to work out. I work out. I really don't want to hammer on a project. I hammer on the project. Don't really want to get up and get out of bed. Yeah, I get up and get out of bed.